Perfect. So I'm on record right now. So that means everything I'm going to be saying here is going to be absolutely important and worth taking seriously. So I hope everyone can see my screen clearly. I hope everyone can see my screen. If you can see my screen, please just indicate in the chat box. Just indicate in the chat box. Don't bother about opening your mic to say it. Just indicate in the chat box. Just type right on. If my screen is clear enough, just type right on. All right, beautiful. At least I can get some feedbacks. So please just make sure that your mic remains muted. You only unmute yourself when it is necessary or when I give you the possibility to do so. If you also find yourself in an area with a lot of network challenges, please just make sure you don't bother putting on your video camera. Don't put on your video camera so that it can enhance the quality of your internet connectivity. Once your camera is on, it also plays on the quality of the sound that you hear from me, and maybe you'll be having a lot of distorted connectivity and so on. All right. So the first thing I want to begin by talking about has to do with why people lose money in cryptocurrencies. I want to make this one extremely very clear, especially to those who are not very conversant with the crypto space for these people. All right. So like I was saying, I need to first of all address this point on why people lose money in the crypto space, because to tell you the truth, there's a lot of money in the crypto space. There's a lot of money which is meant for everybody. But there are rules. There are rules you must follow. Above all, there is some level of knowledge that you are supposed to possess in this space. Let me say it again. In cryptocurrency, people don't lose money. You only lose money after you would have given out your assets. So it's only from the moment you click on the sell button for whatever digital asset you have. It is only from that moment that you can decide to say whether you are making gains or you actually made losses. Otherwise, ideally, nobody loses money in the crypto space. That's aside the fact that you must have done your diligence on any crypto project before you get involved with it. But if it is a legitimate crypto project, if you lose money in it, it means there are certain things you didn't do well. Now, what actually cuts across with so many people as to why they lose money in cryptocurrency, that's exactly what I want to show you. Take a look at this. Take a look at this graph. Good. Now, this is how tradable cryptocurrencies operate. This is their pattern. You see, this is, for instance, a volatile cryptocurrency. This is how it moves. It goes upward, it comes down, it goes upward, it comes down, and it goes upward. Now, this is where the issue is. Sometimes when you tell somebody, when the price of a particular cryptocurrency is still down here, you ask the person to join the business, the person says no. Maybe the person comes to the market, he checks, what is the price of the coin? And maybe the person sees the price of the coin somewhere here, the person says, no, I cannot join this kind of crypto because the price is still very small. If I join, there is nothing much I'm going to be getting out of it. Now, the person hesitates, he doesn't join. Once the price keeps climbing, once it's climbing up, right up to this point, maybe by the time it gets here, okay, let me show you a clearer picture of this. This is a very good example. This is, for instance, a particular cryptocurrency, whatever the name is not only particular to PLCU or PLCUX or whichever. This is a coin which is rising from the bottom, is somewhere here. Maybe you tell somebody, come and join, buy this particular token or this particular cryptocurrency or this particular coin. The person says, no, the price word of it is extremely too small. If I join it, there is nothing much I'm going to be getting out of it. What happens? The person hesitates, he doesn't join. Once the cryptocurrency keeps gaining value, it is moving upward. Maybe it hits the value 1,000. And then probably you still tell the same person, you need to join this particular business now, or you need to buy this particular token or coin right now. at the rate of 1,000. The person still complains, say 1,000 is still too small. If I invest my money in it, I'm not sure that I'll be getting something, better than 1,000, or I'm not sure that I'll be getting something substantial. What happens? The person keeps quiet. By the time this coin keeps climbing in value, it moves right up. Maybe it is hitting the summit at the rate of what? $50,000. Now, the news about this coin will be everywhere. Like, it will be the talk of the day. Everybody will be talking about this coin, that the coin is doing well. It's already at 50,000. This is when this person who refused to join the coin while the price was still down here, because of this momentum, because of the news that is the coin price that is creating everywhere, what happens? The person rushes now inside. He says, okay, since the price of the coin is now very good, means I cannot join the business, because any fraction that I get out of it is going to give me something big. Now, the person gets into the market when the price of the coin is at what? At 50,000. Now, not knowing that at 50,000 is already the summit. Anything from here is a drop down, means that the coin has to start retracing in price. The price value starts dropping. Now, this person who joined the business here, he didn't join the business because he wasn't rational in his decision to join the business. He only joined the business because of the momentum that the price of the coin created. So there are so many people who join cryptocurrencies because of the price of the coin, not because they did diligent studies on the coin in question before joining. So since the price is already at $50,000, meaning that the person who joined the coin, or who joined the business, or who bought the coin or the token, when the price was still down here, as it keeps moving upward, what happens? The person is constantly in profit. Once it reaches this maximum point, this is the maximum profit that the person is making on this cycle. Now, this person who joins at 50,000, maybe 1 week later or 2 weeks later, he's expecting the coin to keep going up. But the coin keeps going down. On the contrary, in fact, the trend is reversing. Like, the person sees the coin dropping again from 50,000 to about 40-something thousand or less. What happens? The person starts having mixed feelings. Now, the first thing we tell himself is, okay, let me wait for 1 more week or 2 weeks. Maybe a miracle can occur and the coin changes the direction. It starts moving upward again. If the person exercises patience and it keeps going down right up to this level, there shall be a certain level that the person will no longer be able to exercise that patience anymore. For instance, if the coin price comes right down to 500, look at this point here. This is $500, something that the person bought at what? At $50,000, for instance. Please, if this Zoom meeting goes up, if it goes up, just do wait to click on the same link and you join again. So if you collapse it from this 50,000, the price at which the person bought the token, and then the person, once it comes right down to 500, now the person will be telling himself, since the price of the coin has come down this low, if I don't struggle to sell the little quantity of coins, I might end up losing everything. So what happens? Out of panic, out of fear, the person now takes his or her tokens and liquidates the entire portfolio at the rate of what? At the rate of $500. Meaning that what? The person bought for $50,000 and he's giving them off for how much? At the rate of $500. That doesn't make sense. Now, the person is not making any profit. But the question the person fails to ask himself is, the person who is buying this token from me at the rate of $500, is it that the person too is not scared of the same thing that is making me to be afraid of? He doesn't ask himself that question. But he's surprised that each time he wants to sell, somebody is always there available to buy. Now, the person is getting your tokens, which you bought at the rate of what? At $50,000. Now, once the person gets the token, he holds on to the tokens. It is still going down. Maybe at the bottom here, the person is still buying more tokens. By the time the trend reverses, it starts going up. Once it starts moving upward, already at this point, this person who bought your assets at the rate of $500 is already in profit. The more it keeps climbing, the person is constantly in profit. If he hits maybe this point, it means that what? The person is already making how much? $80,000 on this same token that you bought for $50,000, and you came and sold it in the market for this person, or to this person at the rate of what? $500. So that's why they say virtue, or rather patience, is a virtue when it comes to cryptocurrencies. You must be somebody who is ready to exercise patience. Now, what will happen? By the time this price goes up again to $80,000, this guy who came and sold his tokens for $500, he will receive that same news again, that that coin that he sold that cheap has started growing again in the market. In fact, it has even hit the highest. In fact, it has gone past the highest point at which the person even bought the token originally. What will happen? The person will get carried again by that same news. In fact, he first of all tell himself, if I knew, I would have held on to this token for a little while. But now that the token is already doing well again in the market, let me rush again to the market and buy. Maybe this time things might be different for me. At the rate of $80,000, since the news has entered the person's ears, what will happen? He will run again and come to the market at the rate of what? $80,000. Now, the luck he might have is that at $80,000, he still has at least this small possibility of making what? Profit. Look at his margin, the margin within which he can make profit before he hits this next summit. Once he hits this next summit, if the person actually entered the market at this price rate, then the person is sure that he can make some little profit, but look at the margin of the profit is small. But if the person doesn't join at this rate of $80,000, he waits till he climbs again to this maximum summit and he comes and join again, what will happen? He will still be faced with the same problem that he faced at the beginning. So those are the kind of people who are always complaining that a particular cryptocurrency is a scam, or a particular cryptocurrency is not working for me, or maybe they brought me into the wrong business. It is not about the wrong business. So many people have this as a problem. Many people don't know when to buy a crypto asset. They don't know when to sell. On this age, this rising age, the only person who should be jubilating on this rising age is somebody who already bought the token while it was still cheap. When it is climbing on this age, it is the favorable period for the person to sell. It is time for you to sell the asset which you already bought when the price was still low. It is not the time for you to buy. Now, by the time we find ourselves on this downward trend, this downward trend, the downward trend is for you to buy more of the assets and you hold, so that during the next rising trend, you have something to sell. Imagine somebody who is buying, who bought an asset, let's say very cheap. Let's say somebody bought an asset at the rate of $500. Once it is on this age, what is happening? The person is jubilating. He is jubilating when the price of the asset is going up because he has something he bought very cheap that he can sell. But if you did not buy the crypto asset at the bottom here or somewhere below, and the price of the asset is going up and people are jubilating, you too, you are joining those people to be jubilating. You are jubilating that what do you have? It doesn't make sense when you join people who are happy, whereas you have nothing. Those are people who are happy because they have something to hold on to, because they will go and sell and make profit. You join them and you are also happy. What do you have in your wallet? Nothing. So people lose money in cryptocurrencies because they don't know how to interpret this graph. People just join cryptocurrencies without doing due diligence under the profile of the cryptocurrency. So what I'm saying in essence is, any other cryptocurrency you may want to join, it might not even be this one, any other one in your lifetime, this is what you must check about the cryptocurrency before you move in. Let somebody not just come and tell you that there's a particular cryptocurrency which is doing very well in the market, and based on what the person has said, you just carry your assets, or rather your money, you jump into the market and you are buying. No, it is wrong. If you are trading like that, you will always be disappointed in cryptocurrencies. That is the fact. You must, first of all, if somebody tells you about any cryptocurrency, the first thing you have to do is go and check. That's why we have websites such as CoinMarketCap. Go to CoinMarketCap, type the name of that cryptocurrency, study the graph of that cryptocurrency, ask yourself, the price of this cryptocurrency, where exactly is it situated on this graph? Where is it? Is it still at the bottom here? Is it at the middle? Is it already at the top? Is it collapsing? Am I on this falling edge or I'm on the rising edge? That will permit you to know exactly when to buy the asset. It will also permit you to know exactly when to hold on to the asset, and it will also permit you to know when to sell off the asset so that you will always be in profit. Don't be that kind of a person who is always ready to click on the sell button every time you are selling. You are on this rising edge, you are selling. You are on this downward trend, you are still selling. You are even at this bottom here, you are still selling. When you are selling, what are you doing? You are transferring your assets to somebody who is wiser, who will buy them very cheap, to hold on to them, to start waiting for what? For this rising edge to make what? To make profit. That is how it works in cryptocurrencies. There is no other magic. There is no cryptocurrency in which you invest and you'll be expecting a fixed amount of money every month. It doesn't happen that way. If you have that kind of a mindset, it means you don't know that volatility in cryptocurrency means there is a period when the price has to go up, there's a period when it has to come down, it has to go up, it has to come down. So if you are somebody who wants to be trading against the market trend, then you will always be a permanent member of the losing committee. That's where you will be permanently, and you always be complaining all the times. This is the simple truth. This is the simple magic in cryptocurrencies. This is what many people will not tell you, but I'm telling you right now. There are so many people who don't know this. They just get into cryptocurrencies because they have been told by X or Y that this cryptocurrency is doing well. No. Don't just get news of a particular cryptocurrency and you get into the market. No. You have to, first of all, go back and do your research. You have to find out what is the nature of the trade of the cryptocurrency. Then you know exactly where the position of the coin is in terms of the price. Now you're able to take the decision whether to join by buying the coin or the asset at that period, or whether to wait till the price comes down before you get into the market and buy, or whether to hold on to a particular position or to liquidate your asset. If you don't have this knowledge, trust me, you will always be having problems. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this to liken it to so many people who joined PLCU when the price of the coin was already at $100,000. Some even joined when it was at $100,000 and above. Some joined at 90,000, 80,000, 70,000, or what have you. Now, what simply happened is those people came and joined the business when the price of the coin was already at this summit. So since it was already at the summit, the only thing they could expect from there was this constant downward movement. This constant downward movement. And when you have a constant downward movement, what do? You do not sell your asset. Don't sell. Remember, there was a period we were constantly on Zooms, live sessions, voice notes on WhatsApp groups, and so on, asking people not to sell their asset. If you must sell your asset, make sure you don't place a sell order, which is going to put you in a disadvantaged position. No, don't set a sell order, which is going to be below your entry point, the point at which you enter the market. If you do that, then you are doing something which is extremely very senseless, and you only have yourself to blame for it. So that's the simple thing. Now, in the crypto space, this is also very important. In the crypto space, we have two categories of persons. We have those who refer to as investors, and we have those who refer to as traders. These are two categories of cryptocurrency experts. It is either you are an investor or you are a trader. Many people don't even know the difference. They just get into the market. You meet somebody, he says, I'm into cryptocurrency. What are you, an investor or a trader? He doesn't even know. So it's also a problem. Now, if you want to become a trader, like a spot trader, somebody who is into spot trading, this is how it works. Out of 100% of those who are found in the trading space, because in the trading space, we have three categories of persons. You have those who are there to sell their assets. You have those who are there to buy assets. You have those who are there to hold certain market positions with their assets. They are not selling, they are not buying, they are just holding that position.